Hi, it's Heidi Sawyer. I had an amazing opportunity to spend some evening sessions with a group of extremely motivated, intuitive, sensitive people. These are people who are driven to understand the deeper meaning and purpose of their life. During these sessions, I took them along a 7-step proven path that I have walked myself and helped many others do the same. That I've done with incredible results. I'm sorry you couldn't be there, but I hope this is the next best thing. These are excerpts from the live events. Here they are. Enjoy, and I hope more importantly that you do something with them for your life moving forward. Thank you for listening. The theme of tonight's session is around an extremely important area as far as your development is concerned. It's around what blocks you, but it's also around a very strong area which is to do with inner nurturance. Okay, so levels of intuitive sensitivity, and this is my opinion, and this is something that I have researched, and I would say that there is a school of thought that does match my opinion. My opinion is based on, as I say, a long time of working within this area, helping intuitive sensitives develop their skills and who they are over a long period of time. So I've seen thousands go through this particular line of development process. What I have observed within that is, in order for you to have a sensitivity to the level that you do as an intuitive sensitive, there has to be somewhere along the line either something that you've directly experienced or it has been experienced through your family lineage, a strong issue to do with nurturing. And the reason that I say that is because, again, there is a lot of evidence within that. In order for you to have a sensitized nervous system, there has to be a level of right brain preference. Okay, it's not dominance. It's not one side of the brain does one thing and one does the other. That has it used to be thought that that was the process. Now it is much more along the lines of, yes, the brain is involved in two-way communication, but there is a preference. And for you to have that right brain preference, which you definitely do, otherwise you wouldn't be here, the right brain is more linked to the nervous system. Okay, so it makes it more finely tuned. And with it being more finely tuned, that means as a nervous system it's more finely tuned. It means obviously you are more aware of other people. You become overwhelmed by their energy field. You are very drawn towards the healing arts. You are most likely to be a clairsentient type of person, so you feel through the body. So you feel your environment through your body rather than through your headspace. You will also have an intuitive sense that is stronger than the average person. Okay, and it's normal to you. It's not, you think, well, okay, well, isn't that common sense? Well, to you, yes, absolutely, it's common sense, but to the majority of people, their way of processing sensory information is slower than yours. So you have a kind of almost a heightened reflex to things. Okay, so in order for that to happen, in terms of how you're structured, there has to be something to do with nurturing through your lineage. Okay, because that sensitivity is developed in the womb. Okay, that's and I've seen mounting evidence to suggest that that very much is true. Okay, so you've had this level of sensitivity since birth. Okay, now over the years it has probably become more either obvious or more annoying. Okay. So this process of understanding your sensitivity means that you bring it to a level where it's incredibly useful. Society is actually adjusting, and it is adjusting to your way of thinking and doing things. Why? It's having to, because we are bombarded by masses of information. Okay, so we have to be a lot more selective with what we're utilizing in our world. Now, you already have this unconscious selection process, because you're doing that all the time because your system already feels overwhelmed. Some of you will have health things that are associated with a sensitized system. Okay, who's got health issues that are, yeah, so quite a few of you, exactly. And the reason is because everything has got more and more loaded, okay? So the purpose of these groups is to help you fine-tune that loading so it becomes something that's very powerful in your world rather than something that you feel upset by. Okay? Now, all of the things that we do within this environment, I have done myself, okay, over a period of time. There isn't anything that I say, okay, we'll do this, that I haven't done. My system is incredibly sensitized. Very, very, very sensitized to the level of which lots of things have gone wrong with it. It's going in lots of different directions, okay, as far as how my body operates. So why has that happened? It has happened, yes, as a foundation to do with nurturance, and yes, over a period of time, I've done exactly what you will have done, which is to try and override it. Okay? So now mine is much more even-keeled. It's to a decent level of how it's utilized in the everyday world so that I can be in pretty much any environment and be fine. Okay? So the point of these sessions is so that happens for you. This evening is how to move blocks in your path as an intuitive sensitive person. Okay, so for you as an intuitive sensitive, what does that mean? It means that you are obviously intuitive as well as sensitive. Okay, so as far as sensitive people are concerned, that is the sensitized nervous system. Okay, that is something that was brought to light in the early 90s by Dr. Elaine Aron, again looking at certain types of people and sensitized systems. Okay, you add intuitive to it, what it means, it's a developed sensitive. Okay, so you have over the years brought forward your intuitive side. It's become more evident in your world, and you have utilized that as your means of self-development. Okay, why have you done that? Again, because you have a right brain focus, not a left brain focus. I should read it that way around, shouldn't I? And the left brain is much more associated with things, a kind of a means to an end, and the right is more expansive in its approach. Okay, it's quite, the right brain is vigilant. It notices when its environment changes, even if you haven't seen it right in front of you. Okay, so that's your life. You notice when your environment has changed, even if you're looking in that direction. And that has fine-tuned itself as far as the intuitive senses are concerned. Now, what you will be doing, if you are more of a clairsentient person, you feel through the body, you will spend your life questioning whether you are actually this or you are actually that, and you are this or you're that, and am I good enough? Okay, does that make sense? Who does that? Who's guilty? Okay, lots. So your refined sensitivity as an intuitive sensitive, what does it mean? It means that you see situations for what they are. Okay? You see things for the truth. And sometimes that's really difficult in your environment, because sometimes people don't like to hear that. Okay? But it kind of falls out of your mouth. This is something that I think many of you don't realise, or you think that it's something, it means there's something wrong with you. You hate to be contained, and I'm using that word in a strong way, hate. Okay? Containment to you means some kind of annihilation. You have to have always an option to remove yourself. Okay? Does that make sense? You also need space to think straight. So what you would associate as a more traditional environment of thinking or studying or what have you doesn't altogether suit you. You quite often need movement in order to think. So you get your best ideas whilst doing something else, like walking, in the shower, whatever. Okay, that's how your sensory skills work. How you solve problems. They're often, and obviously I'm talking in a broader sense, so this is a broad perspective. You pick out what resonates with you and you put to one side what doesn't, okay? Your way of solving issues, they are unconventional, but they are highly effective. Okay, so sometimes though your confidence within engaging that aspect of yourself, which is it's very effective but unconventional, means that you lose confidence on utilising the unconventional part. Okay, does that make sense? So your way to seeing a solution won't be the way that's done before. But if it was tried, you would find that it was effective. Okay? Now this is something that's really strong. You have an overwhelming desire to get to the bottom of things. You'll keep poking away at something until you get an answer or you understand it. So if you've got bee in your bonnet over something, you're really annoying. Okay? Because you won't let go of it until you have an answer. Okay? Now all of that again has it has an impact on how you see things. Okay? Now this is something that affects sensitives in a strong way, intuitive sensitives, is that you tend to have a very high work ethic, okay, which is quite often to your emotional detriment. So you've worked in environments that haven't understood you. When you've just been trying to make it feel more welcoming. Okay, that's simply what you've been trying to do. And that hasn't been understood to a degree that it may well have had an impact on you that's to your emotional detriment. Okay, who feels that resonates with them? Okay. Within this, you also need freedom. So you need freedom, but you also need deep connection. So it sounds like two things going in opposite directions. So you need to be able to do what you want, but at the same time, normally you would associate doing what you want as not needing connection. But the way that you work as an empathic person is that your natural state is connection. Okay? But you may well have felt that your world is disconnected. If your inner nurturance thing is really quite strong in the sense that it's distance from yourself, then you will often feel numb, okay, rather than understand what your emotion is at any given time. So your internal defense system is to just go, let's shut it down, okay? When that happens, you're great at shutting it down for yourself, but it opens up for everybody else. So your intuitive senses get stronger for everybody else, but they don't for you. Okay, does that make sense?
For more great free content designed to support your purchase of my book, Highly Intuitive People, 7 Right Brain Traits to Change the Lives of Intuitive Sensitive People, please visit finallyfeelunderstood.com. There you can subscribe and download for free the meditations specific to today's episode. If you have already read the book, then it's time for you to receive exclusive access and support from me and your fellow intuitive sensitives as we go deeper together along this proven 7-step path by joining us in my monthly membership program called Heidi's Circle. There you can ask me anything in a safe and private environment, and I will answer you live. Join us today by visiting healmyinnerworld.com.